1. Opening. Picture it, an icy runway in Anchorage. Cameras flashing. The leaders of the two most dangerous nuclear powers on Earth walking toward each other, for the first time since the Ukraine war began 3.5 years ago. CNN calls it historic. Reuters says Trump is bringing a surprising territorial swap proposal. AP reveals Putin's been on the phone, Xi in Beijing, Modi in Delhi, Lukashenko in Minsk, lining up allies like a general preparing for a decisive battle. It's the greatest show on earth. But behind the fireworks? This could be the biggest nothing burger ever served under the Northern Lights. Here's why. Before we dive in, if you appreciate calm, clear breakdowns of big global plays, hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your take. 2. Russia's demands. Putin's opening position, as reported by Financial Times and Washington Post, isn't a peace plan. It's a surrender demand. End every major US and EU sanction, stamp Kherson, Zaporizhia, Donetsk, Luhansk, and Crimea onto the map as Russia, forever, and as BBC confirms, lock Ukraine out of NATO. Permanently. These aren't bargaining chips. They're long-standing Russian demands, and the land claims are written into Russia's constitution. 3. Trump's plan. And his real goal. Reuters says Trump's pitch is simple. Immediate ceasefire. A territorial swap. Ukraine gives up Russian-held eastern Ukrainian land in exchange for some other Russian-held eastern Ukrainian land. It's a bizarre concept. And there's no way Putin would return rumored areas like Kherson or Zaporizhia. Both are the land bridge to Crimea, and Kherson controls Crimea's freshwater supply. But here's the twist, the deal isn't Trump's real goal. What he really wants is the show. The spotlight. The eyes of the planet. This is the man who turned crossing the Korean DMZ into a made-for-TV moment, despite no substance behind it. Who turned a state visit to Beijing's Forbidden City into a visual love letter to himself before launching his trade war with China. Alaska isn't about Ukraine. And it's not even about Putin. It's all about Trump's next blockbuster premiere. 4. Ukraine says no, Europe doubles down. Time says Zelensky's response is blunt, unconstitutional. Unacceptable. Ukraine will not surrender land that hundreds of thousands of its soldiers have died defending. Politico reports European leaders, from Paris to Warsaw, echo him, nothing can be decided without Ukraine at the table. And EU nations have pledged billions more in military and economic aid. CNN sums it up, the battlefield map will look the same on August 16 as it did on August 14, no matter what Trump and Putin agree to. 5. Why this is the giant nothing burger? Washington Post warns the summit risks being a photo op with zero substance. Think about it, in one meeting, they'd have to solve sanctions, redraw borders, rewrite Ukraine's constitution, and decide NATO's future. Without Ukraine or Europe in the room. Not happening. Meanwhile, Russia is winning the war of attrition, inch by inch. If you're Putin, why stop? You don't pull over when you're leading the race. 6. The greatest show on earth. For Trump, progress isn't the point. Being the center of the world's attention is. Just like the Korean DMZ handshake. And the Forbidden City red carpet tour. Now imagine, Trump and Putin, backlit by Alaska's mountains and the glare of the global press. The Guardian says Alaska was chosen for its symbolism, and to avoid legal risks if Putin traveled elsewhere. Every frame will be crafted for the front page. 7. The side deal candy. A real ceasefire? Highly unlikely. But there's room for shiny headlines. Right now, about 50% of Ukraine's rare earth deposits are in Russian-controlled territory. Imagine Putin offering Trump access to those minerals on better terms than Ukraine could. Trump spins it as beating China in the resource race, without moving a single trench line. And maybe Trump drops the extra 25% tariff on Indian goods, a gift to Putin and Delhi, which keeps buying cheap Russian oil. A big nothing burger. Wrapped in glittering paper. 8. The cliffhanger. So here's the question, is Alaska a turning point in history? Or a reality show season finale with better lighting? Will Putin keep winning on the battlefield? While Trump wins in the ratings war? Or will this carefully staged greatest show deliver a twist no one saw coming? Drop your predictions below, because on August 15th, the world will be watching. And when the curtain falls, we'll see if it was history, or just the biggest nothing burger ever served under the Northern Lights. 9. Conclusion. If this gave you something to think about, hit like and subscribe. And if you want more stories that bridge left and right, the US and the world, drop a comment, ask a question, and share it with someone as curious as you. See you next time on Twin Peaks Bridge Reflection.